Hello, everybody.
Hi, Peggy.
Hi, John. Hi, Mary. Hi, Chris.
Hi. Sorry, I'm stuck in traffic. I'll be able to show my face in about 10 minutes.
No worries.
There's a ton of traffic.
Meeting. Today is Wednesday, January 14th, 2026. It's our first meeting back in the new year. So welcome and happy new year to everybody. Excited. I'm glad we pushed this a week. It was last week was tough transition into work vibes. I'll tell you. It's great. We are holding this meeting electronically, but similar to an in-person meeting. We do welcome public comment. If you are interested in providing a public comment, please visit the website, the annarbor.gov website, to look up the meeting ID for today's meeting, and you may join via the Zoom link. It's also being broadcast on CTN Channel 19. We'll call the meeting to order tonight at 7:03. You'd be welcome to call roll, Chris, if you'd like.
Not a problem. I will now call roll. Commissioner Thifos.
Present in Grass Lake.
Okay. Commissioner Kotarski.
Present in Ann Arbor.
Commissioner Leonard. Commissioner Leonard, you are muted.
Present from Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Thank you. Commissioner Buford,
It's Bufford, Chris. I'm sorry.
Bufford, sorry.
It's okay. President Ypsilanti Township.
Commissioner Neal,
Present in Ann Arbor.
Commissioner Carter,
Present in Chicago, Illinois.
Councilmember Harrison,
Present in Ann Arbor.
Commissioner Jordan.
Present in Ann Arbor.
Okay. And with that, we do have quorum.
Wonderful. Well, again, welcome everybody. We have two items on our consent agenda, the approval of the agenda and the approval of the minutes from our last meeting in December. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda as it stands? Allison and John, thank you. Our first order of business tonight, everybody, is election of officers. And what I would like as the chair, I would be interested in running again or just maintaining this role. But I do want to open it up to other commissioners if there is an interest that we should then move forward with a vote. So is it appropriate right now, Chris, just to ask for a motion to approve that the office, do we need to wait for Sarah Fuller to be present? I know she's on her way.
I think to vote her in as vice chair, we have to wait for her to be here. But we
Okay,
can vote you in as chair.
maybe we could move to the next item in business and come back to election of officers. What do you think, Chris?
Yeah.
Or that's okay, John? Okay, let's wait for Sarah to arrive. Next order of business is the Golden Paintbrush Award. Looks like you guys have been pretty busy. We had we had 3 judges that submitted their finalists. Jamal, do you want to just report on that for us?
Yeah. So big shout out to Curtis Wallace, Lisa DeRussell, Chloe Crowler from Creative Washtenaw. They put a lot of time and energy into this. Our 2 others that we asked, one never responded and another respectfully declined to be judges. So we did have 3 judges that went through all the 2025 nominees, and we have their votes. Chloe mentioned that due to her connection to Creative Washtenaw and the A2AC submission, that she didn't feel comfortable judging that based on, I guess, the connection to Creative Washtenaw. So yeah, I have their finalist votes for winners. I don't know how we want to do this. They all gave 3. They ranked them, their top 3. So yeah, I could just read through those. Is that the way to go through?
What I can do is,
Did they all select the same top 3?
No, only because Chloe did not want to do the A2AC thing. So her third choice is different. Her top 3 is different based on that for one of her selections.
Okay, but if you took that A2AC and valued it as 2 votes opposed to 3, would it have been the third? You know what I mean? As far like weighted.
Well, I mean, I guess I can't really say because she didn't do it. So say that again. What are you saying?
Well, so if you took all, like normally you would factor the 3 votes and average it by 3. If you took the 2 votes and averaged it by 2, would it have still turned out to be the third winner?
Third.
Math's not my strong point, but I think it could be, yeah.
Her choice?
Third choice. And don't we usually do 3 to 5 winners?
Yeah, so maybe you just do the 3 she picked and then all 3 that they picked too, and then the third she picked is
Cover
the
everybody.
4th or something. I don't know.
here, Jamal, would it help if I share my screen and share what you send via email?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do that. Let me know if you guys are able to see it.
Joel, how many nominations were there total?
10, I believe.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. Cool. So this is Curtis's. This would be Corridor of Colors. This was his third choice. So
Mhm.
he actually sent his scorecard. And so this one ended up with 66.25, it looks like. Yep.
Yeah, the other what you mentioned that the other two scored way higher than this one.
Yeah. So if it was up to him, he would only do top two. But if we are doing top three, this was his third choice.
Okay. Quarter colors.
You can see his kind of rationale
Mm-hmm.
in the comments.
I hadn't heard of this one, so I looked it up. It's pretty cool.
Where is it?
Where's that at, Allison?
It's at the University of Michigan Hospital.
Oh,
If you just Google Corridor of Colors Ann Arbor, it comes up. It's like a tunnel between connecting buildings, and then the glass panes have kind of like quilted colors and stuff. It's pretty cool.
cool.
It's
Yeah,
an interesting space to find public art, I think.
It what, Allison?
It's an interesting space to find public art.
I think from his comments, the biggest takeaway for him grading it the way he did is because of just the lack of accessibility. So I think that's why this was his third choice.
I mean, technically, the building is a public building you could walk through, but you're intentionally going to go through that building. You're not going to necessarily go there to see the art, but.
Cool. And then we can go to his next page, Curtis's next page, Chris. So the power art boxes, this got 100.
Right.
So this was his top choice. Pleasing to the eyes, vibrant colors, several artists involved, wide range of ideas.
Cool.
You know. And we can go to his third choice. Well, third page.
First, yeah.
Second choice is the A2AC Planters mural with a 93.25.
And where's that one at? Planter's mural? Did you look that one up, Allison, or no?
They're
These
on
are
4th Street.
nice.
Oh, really nice. Yeah. Oh, Planter's mural. Oh, yeah. They're great.
Mhm.
Love those.
Oh, and in case anyone is curious, this is how the hospital looks like,
Corridor
right?
of Colors.
Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's very cool.
Cool. That's Curtis. One of the other two, Chris.
Excuse me.
I said we could check out one of the other two judges.
Yeah. Let me just. I think I only have that one.
That's
The other
cool.
one, I think you included it in the email, right? It wasn't an attachment. It was just, yeah.
Right.
Here, let me see if I can.
I
Here.
guess.
Excuse me. Here, I think I got it. Let me just pull it up. Okay, I just copied and pasted. There you go.
Thank you. Yep, this is Lisa's. So they both had the power art boxes as number one. They flip-flopped the other two. Lisa's second choice was the corridor colors, while that was the third choice for Curtis. You can see her rationale here. So she talked about the creativity and the craftsmanship of the power art boxes, the visibility of it. Format is durable and long-term maintenance. Number two with the corridor colors, creative expression, the colors, the patterns. So she didn't kind of take any points away for the location and accessibility. And then her third was the A2AC murals, the planners we just looked at.
Yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Peggy, before when we gave out these awards, we didn't like rank them. We just gave out a certain amount, right? Yeah.
You're on mute, Peg.
We just gave them out. We did not rank them. So they were, yeah. And then Jamal, you mentioned a thank you. It seemed like we sent them a very nice kind of fancy thank you with the golden paintbrush logo, thanking them for judging. But if you think a gift or something else is appropriate, I know everybody's time is valuable, so.
No, I think that would be great. I think that'll do. That would suffice.
And I don't know, Chris, do you have a file with golden paintbrush things like, no?
No. I was kind
He
of.
does now.
I do.
No, I don't know.
What about, because that was all done through, wasn't it the marketing department or whoever we worked through on that?
Here, let me reach out to our communication specialist,
Okay.
Robert Keller, to see if he has some information.
Because we worked a lot on it. It was very pretty.
I think each time they were honored at a city council meeting though, so there should be
Yes.
record of it. And so we should probably have record of every year the winners on our website, ideally, and like have that historical record.
Yeah, I'll do.
But I think the
I'll-
question is, do we have the certificate that we're given? Because we present them with a certificate
Mhm.
that was created in-house. So somebody should have it.
Okay, yeah, I'll go look that up.
Well, and kind of, I don't know, just via text, Mary and Sarah and I were throwing around the idea of making awards by literally just like taking clay and stamping the manhole covers and making them awards that way, as opposed to having Matawi Tile do like old casts. So we can resurrect that conversation if people think that would be a cool way of doing the awards this time around.
Yes, I agree.
So we have one more.
One more, yeah. And Chloe just sent it right before, probably about an hour ago, or a couple hours ago. Her document is a little extensive, so I don't think we need to share that whole document, Chris. I put her top 3 choices in the email that I sent, though. So maybe you could just copy and paste her 1, 2, 3, like you did for Lisa's.
Okay, I see it here. Give me 1 second.
Do they align with the other ones that that were already selected?
No, so there was a little variation. Now I'm realizing. So she did not have the power art boxes in her top 3. So
I'm wondering if she didn't have power art in her top 3 because that was managed by Creative Washtenaw.
That's what I thought Jamal said earlier. Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes, that is it. I think. Hold on, maybe I'm getting confused.
Earlier you had said A2AC, but I think what you meant was the power art. That makes more sense.
Correct. Thank you. So she did not have the corridor of colors. That's the one she didn't have in her top 3. that was the difference between hers and the other two judges.
Okay.
So she had murals at the bridge and then the dragons everywhere all at once. And these are in her, or that is a ranking order as far as how she scored them.
Is murals at the bridge? Is that the Huron underpass? Murals that bridge? Is that what she was referring to, or is that a different project?
I can go. I'm gonna read it.
Is that the Welcome Bridge we did?
Murals at the Bridge is large scale public art project focused on transforming underpasses and bridges.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Where's dragons everywhere all at once?
Let's see. I'll find that and read that.
And when she puts A2AC murals and planters, is that for their mural program? Or I guess I'm lost there, confused.
I think the
mural-
title included, it was confusing, the title that was nominated.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
I can speak to the Dragons
Okay.
project.
Hi, Sarah.
Nice.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
I'm glad everyone is home safe. Sorry for being late. There's a lot of snow and it's Michigan, but yeah, it's the Dragons was it was a performance.
Ooh.
So, something
that was the one you were part of. Yeah, or your mom was, or
yes, that is her project, and the dragon is coming to life in fun ways too. There's something actually being built, a sculpture that can also be something that's danced, but this was a performance piece with at the art museum, the UMA art museum. So yes,
Cool.
so do we need a motion to forward these nominees for approval? Is that the next step?
Well, we would be the ones approving it. I think basically there's 5 that have been brought to the forefront. We can just decide if we want all 5 or just
I
the ones
move that
we're
we,
voting for.
I move that we give all 5 of them an award.
I'll second that.
Here, here, here.
All those in favor? Aye.
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 All those opposed?
Wonderful. Well,
Sarah, I
good
signed
work.
us up.
Good work, you guys. Good work on the.
Jamal did most of that work, so thanks, Jamal.
Thank you, Jamal. Sarah, I signed us up for doing
high
And
five,
Sarah.
pottery
Sarah.
things of the manhole covers. So we're
Yeah.
maybe not when it's freezing out, but later.
I have access to clay.
I know. So we're just
We can do that.
I know where the
Do
manhole
we,
covers
do we
are.
have a timeline? Like, are we trying to like give these awards in March or February or March, or is there a typical timeline? Or
Well, would the award winners attend a city council meeting, right? And frankly, I don't know if the awards need to be presented at that meeting. Right? It could be a recognition, and then awards, physical awards come later.
How soon can you have that physical award, Sarah, done?
If we're going to do the manhole covers, yeah, I mean, winter. So if we're going outside and doing that, it could, and then
Well, I suggest that we give the award and some kind of document
There's a certificate
that the
they
mayor
send us.
gives at a council meeting, and whenever it's convenient, Christopher could find a short agenda where we could sneak in and get a lot of time, and then let them know that there's going to be a unique first time award and talk about the manhole covers, but it needs to be in spring when we can get better weather. So that's what I recommend.
okay. So Chris, you just texted me just that we need to clarify who the winners are. So there were 5. It looks like there were 5 total that were,
I just emailed it to everybody.
you did? Okay, thanks, Jamal. Appreciate that. All right, rad.
Mary?
Yeah.
Uh, Could we go back to the election? And if you'd like, would we need a motion? I'd be happy to make a motion to open the nominations for the officers.
Okay.
And if you'd like, because you're going to be nominated, I could sort of handle that myself.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Be
Yeah.
acceptable?
Yes. Acceptable. Mm-hmm. All right. So
I move that the nominations for officers. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Peggy second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed. Now we have nominations for chair and vice chair. I would like to nominate Mary Thiefels for chair. Is there a second? Allison second. Are there any other nominations for chair? Seeing none, all those in favor of Mary Thiefels continuing to be our chair signify by saying aye.
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 All those opposed, we now have Mary as another chair for another year. I would like to move Sarah Fuller be our vice chair. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Peggy seconds. Are there any other nominations for vice chair? Seeing none, all those in favor of Sarah Fuller being our new vice chair for the next year signify by saying aye.
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 All those opposed, Sarah.
Are you good with that, Sarah?
Okay,
We're
excellent.
just great. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. I feel so honored.
You're doing a great job, Mary.
Thank you for serving.
And Sarah.
Thank you all for serving.
Yes, thank you.
Wonderful. Well,
So back to our golden paintbrush. Do you guys think we should go ahead and do a different award this year? Sarah, you were always kind of in charge of the Matawi tile one. Do you want to do
I think this is unique and special. I mean, I can always, I have some like tile panels that we could use, but I think that this really ties the city to the award, and I think it's special, and I think it's worth I think it's worth taking the time to do this. I think this is a great way to tie in a public art commission project with golden paintbrush. So I think this is a great idea, Allison, and yeah, I think we should move forward with this.
Good. So Chris, you'll set up a city council meeting when we can present just like a paper award?
Yeah,
Maybe if we can, we should do it twice. We'll do a paper award, and then when the plaques get done, we could even go back and present those again.
Yeah, I can set that up.
A good bang for our buck or something.
so the next steps for that, who sends out a congratulatory email to the people that won? How does that does that go from the mayor? Does that get sent from us?
I thought it came from the mayor, but I'm not 100%.
Okay.
I'm not.
So we kind of move it forward and for approval, and then the city council has to approve these nominees, and then they get notified. Is that correct? Okay. No.
I don't think so.
I don't think they have to approve it, but Chris,
Okay.
can you track down who gives them like notification and invites them to the city council meeting?
Yeah,
It
no,
might be
I can make sure that it's on the city council agenda, and I can also facilitate with getting connecting with the assistant manager to the mayor and seeing if he can assist in sending a formal letter of congratulations. Jamal, do we have the addresses? And if so, is that something that you can send me?
That I don't know of.
Can I recommend also, Jamal, that you have a brief description and a reason? And I think you can just take from the judges. The judges have been quite articulate about it. So the mayor has something that he can say about each of those individual pieces of art and In any event.
Yeah, that I can get with Chris on that, but I don't know about any contact information though.
The only one I can think of that we wouldn't have contact is the University of Michigan one, maybe, because one's the Art Center, obviously. Power Art is Creative Washtenaw. The other one's
Who
Mary.
nominated that though? The Quarter of Color, whoever nominated it, but that
But
might,
they're not the ones getting the award, the
Award.
university or whoever,
yeah.
the
Okay.
artists or the installers or producers of that are getting the award.
So they say
Mary's the other one, and
the only one we
Christopher could contact the university and say the city wants to give an award to the hospital, and who should it be? You know, maybe find out.
it might be the Gifts of Art program or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I can do some digging on that and report back to you guys next month during my updates.
And then Chris, can you also facilitate getting thank yous out to our judges, or did you want some help doing that?
I'd be happy to do that. I
yeah.
mean, coming from the chair, I would be happy to do that. So,
Yeah.
Jamal, maybe you can just give me Curtis and I don't know if Kurt, just their updated emails, and I'll just send a
Okay,
nice
thanks,
email
Mary.
and copy all of us. I don't know. Should I?
sounds good.
Yeah. And if you find any type of a formal thank you in the archive files, Chris, you could let Mary know. Like, I don't know if there was some type of a letterhead created or what.
I mean, I can send a card.
No, you can just send the email, but I can look too. I'll look and see if I have anything in my files, but I don't think I did. I think Vanita had all that and I don't know where she kept it at, so. But the city must have it if it came from the city, right?
Yeah, I'll look through Vanita's files and see if I can find it.
Okay, thanks.
Well, good work. Good work on the Golden Paintbrush Award, everybody. It's exciting that we're keeping this tradition alive. Anything else before we move on? Any other comments or thoughts about the paintbrush? Well, our next order of business is our bylaws. Every January, we have the opportunity to make adjustments to our bylaws. We can also, at this time, propose a motion to keep the bylaws as they are. We can make changes throughout the year. It just requires a city council vote. But I don't know, folks, if there was anything in the bylaws that caught your attention that needs to be updated or changed. The last time we had an amendment to our bylaws is when Ali Ramlawi was our city council liaison. We had a line in our bylaws that excluded actively working artists from participating in city projects. And we actually, Ali helped us change the language around that so that we can have people on our commission that also vie for city projects. They just have to sit out of any discussion or voting. So that's the last time we had a bylaw changed. Yes, John.
I make a motion that we accept the bylaws unchanged for the next year.
Okay. We have a second for that, or Allison, and I'll second that. Okay, very good. Yeah, and if folks, especially some of our new members, take a look, just review our bylaws. This is our charge. And, certainly some of this language could become outdated, maybe even into the future with some of our initiatives. So we can just keep an eye on that.
Are we going to vote on that motion?
I think we did. I think,
Okay.
I think we did. Sorry, I just see thumbnails here. I can't really see everybody. Did we vote on that motion? All in favor? All in favor. Thank you. Sorry, guys. Any opposed? Okay, thanks. All right, the motion passes to keep our bylaws as is for the rest of the year. All right, moving on to some of our information that maybe has a little discussion around it. We are looking at our to update our annual plan, and I have our 2025-2026 plan and goals right here in front of me. Was that the correct document that I sent, Allison? You were asking. Chris had sent out not the plan, but what did you send out, Chris? You sent out
Yeah, I sent the 2024 annual report.
The report. Okay, but it's the plan that we
It's the
need
plan.
in February. Okay. So
Yes,
we have
ma'am.
yet to, yes. So, I mean, I feel like I can update this document. I guess we would have to maybe make sure that the working groups are set for this year. If there's any shifting of working groups at this time, I can just read through who's on what working group, if that's helpful right now. And if there's people that want off or want to add.
I think since this document, we changed some of the working groups. Already. I mean, obviously, because like Sophie's included in this and she's not here anymore, but.
Right. So right now I have on the capital improvement or the CIP group, I have Sarah, Allison, myself, and Jenna. And then we have David Esau as a non-voting member. Is there anybody that needs to hop off, or I think we have the maximum amount in that working group. Is that correct? There's 4.
Here,
I think
is this the document being referenced?
Yes, you can have
That needs
4 commissioners, and David's not a commissioner, so we could add somebody from the commission. But
well, we have Sarah, Jenna, Allison, and
Jenna's
myself.
on it too. Yep. Jenna, I'm gonna forward an email to you that I sent out earlier.
So Chris, yes, okay. So, and then I have on the communications and outreach working group, that's kind of like, that's our Instagram account. We've talked about connecting with youth artists. We've talked about having a group of advisors, non-voting advisors or mentors to the Ann Arbor Public Art Commission, things like of that nature. Right now I have Jamal, Marionetta, and Sarah Fuller on that working group. Would anyone like to jump on that working group? There is room in the communications and outreach. Going once.
So if we're looking at the same sheet, do you need to be removed then, Mary?
Yeah, this is not updated. What I have in front of me is current, but it's my notes. So I would have to are we updating this together in real life? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, we can.
Oh, okay, great. Well, then remove Sophie and
Sophie
myself.
Can't she still be on it as non-voting?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, she can.
Yeah, she can.
If she still wants to be. Has she been active at all?
She met with us on Golden Paintbrush.
Yeah.
She did? Okay.
I think she wanted to do that. I could text her real quick and see.
But Golden Paintbrush is under special projects, right?
Yes.
Right, yeah.
So I don't know.
It wasn't this. But she did say she wanted to stay involved as a non-voting member. But maybe we should reach out and ask her.
But yeah, I'm cool with staying on.
Continue to promote the Ann Arbor Public Art Commission. Chris has done a great job of updating the website. Jamal has done a good job of getting our Instagram going. We haven't explored, we can keep some of these things on here, in-person public art tours, continuing to connect with the library, summer games. Is there anything else in the communications? I don't know why I had a note of connecting with youth artists, but that's something we always talk about.
think
For
we should.
communications, have you guys ever set metrics? So, for example, let's say we want to increase our social media presence by, I don't know, something simple, maybe 50 followers in 2026, or maybe that's something that could be useful.
Yeah,
I like
yeah. Mm-hmm. Using our socials to promote public
Public
art in the
art.
community. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And maybe maintaining a strong relationship with the city's communication department as well for
Mm-hmm.
sending out a press release about Golden Paintbrush, or just trying to get some coverage in MLive or, other media coverage.
Yeah, especially as we move into our mini grant, we'll be needing this particular working group to really help us promote that with the city and the public. Um,
I like Christopher's idea about metrics. It's the difference between an aspiration and something that can be measured. So if there's a way that we can include, as Christopher has suggested, metrics into our goals so that we can say we actually achieved something that to engage the youth or however we want to do it. But that's just I like what Christopher said.
I agree. I don't think we have to necessarily come up with the metrics tonight, but as you're working on the document, Mary and Sarah, maybe you come up with plausible metrics.
Doesn't have to be to everyone, but at least something in there we can claim to have achieved at the end of the year.
Goals.
Right, goals.
Yeah.
okay, and yeah, anything else for communications working outreach? I guess as this, if we do get this mini grant rolling in 26, there'll be outreach to schools, there'll be outreach to other nonprofit organizations, I guess just broader community outreach.
I mean, does any of this include fundraising, or is that any efforts to do with any of that?
There is a very
There's a
fancy
separate
fundraising working
group.
group.
Right. Okay, good. I thought so. I wasn't sure.
But you're welcome to join.
Would you like?
Sounds like John would like to join.
Sure. Happy to.
John, the fundraising working group is really fun. We actually meet at the pub.
Okay.
That's a requirement.
Well, it seems like the right one then for me.
Yeah, I think some of these things can stay. I mean, I would like to, in the goal of supporting and collaborating with local artists, arts organizations, spaces that bring awareness to the commission and forge strong relationships within local artists. I mean, to me, that all still feels aligned. Communicate with local and statewide arts and cultural organizations to draft a statement of cultural freedom of expression in ways that might protect the nature of arts. Well, we did sort of do that when we created our statement to support public art, to support arts funding in the state of Michigan when that was being threatened earlier in the year. We did, so that actually would be something that we would put in the report, as a deliverable.
Yeah, here you could kind of say like continue to support these efforts, right?
Yeah, exactly. Great.
I'll work on some of the language later.
Sounds good. I can help with that, Chris. Are we ready to move on to the fundraising group then? And so, John, you are interested in, obviously,
I accept the nomination. Sure, no problem.
Excellent. Welcome. John.
I think Fong would be gone.
Yep. Yeah. Fong gets removed.
Which leaves another opening if anyone wants to join us.
This is going to be exciting, you guys, as you do the first round of mini grants, I think.
I agree.
It's a really great PR thing for us.
Yeah, there seems to be a synergy between the communications and fundraising, I think, in a way that I was suggesting previously.
True that.
No. Do you guys have some data on how much the fundraising group was able to obtain in, like, let's say 2025? I think that information might be something that we can capture.
Yeah, is there a picture of anybody with a giant check that we can put up?
We haven't raised any money recently, and that would go in the report, not the plan. But
that's under.
Right now, the big things we've been working on is developing the grants. So taking the money we fundraised in the endowment and actually like facilitating something with it. We could also work with the outreach community, like to do promoting that you can put money in the endowment, but.
I think getting the grants launched, that would be a natural next step. Once we award those grants and see what comes to fruition.
Is right now the whole mini grant vibe, is that being held under the fundraising work group? Is that what I'm understanding? It's kind of an all commission collaboration at the end, but the mini grant program development execution. Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's under A, hold fine. This is the first open application window for mini grants to support public art projects is already on here.
Yeah. Okay. We had talked about collaborating with a third party to help host the granting. So maybe just a note about continuing to research the best way to promote and share the information.
Yeah, we'll have to figure out administration and promotion.
Right. Okay, very good. Well, we'll be moving forward on that this month for sure. Nominations and leadership. Right now, that's John and I. I think that we have a full commission, so we don't have any openings. Wait, this is different. Wait, fills and maintains. Oh, yeah, we have 9 members. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Special projects. If anybody wants to join special projects, that could be helpful. If there's anybody.
I thought maybe Jenna. Were you interested in this special project?
Yeah, I was. Yep. Happy to join.
Great. Well, the special projects, you guys just did your big golden paintbrush push.
Yeah. But maybe there'll be something else come along. You never know. Sophie said she would like to stay on special projects as a non-voting member, but that you could take her off the other one. Was that outreach communications? Okay. You can remove her from there. And she says hi to everybody. Mhm.
Oh, nice. Say hi back.
I will.
Apologies. Just to clarify, I'm removing Sophie from here.
No,
No,
No?
not special projects from the other one up higher. Was it out? Oh,
communication.
yeah, communication and outreach. So you're gonna, yep. Great. Thanks, Chris, for clarifying.
Okay.
All right,
Yes,
future
we'll-
planning cycles. What is that? Vision for sustainability. Oh, okay. Future plan, vision for sustainability. Where is this vision for sustainability and art projects in the city? What is that? I don't know if that's referring to. Is that referring to your document, John?
I don't think so. I don't know what,
Was that
Sure,
the
what that
planning
is.
document for the city overall?
Aha. Yes, Sarah. Yeah. Yes. When they were soliciting feedback from residents and commissions. Yes. I think I think that's closed now, if I'm correct.
Right, I think so. Yeah, we could
remove
probably take that off now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
future planning cycles, remove Christopher.
Okay. This whole thing?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Well, Chris and I can work on that, fine tune the language and send it to everybody to have eyes on. But that will go to city council, correct? Right, Chris? That'll go.
Yes, by February 1st. So what we can do is we can make these changes and then send it forward to the group for one final review, and then we can send it to city council. But I do believe it requires a motion, so we may just send it a little past the February 1st. So it'll be the first Wednesday of February for the second city council meeting, since I think it requires a motion on the final draft of this document, right?
Historically, we have been late with this document and there has been zero issue with that. And we've also usually submitted this document with our CIP recommendations all together.
Yeah,
We don't
can
have
that
to
too.
do that, but we
Yeah.
definitely don't have our CIP recommendations together yet. So
Yeah, and at least as far as the CIP goes, that was one of the attachments I included. I think a good at this time it might be good for you guys to just kind of review the CIP. I don't believe there were many notable changes to it. I did speak with the person in charge of the CIP before she went on maternity leave. So she said that most of the changes were very finance related, and there weren't many projects that she thought made sense with public art. But it's in your attachments. I think you guys can go over that way on February. I can ask Kayla to attend the public art commission, and we can have a conversation. But I believe those typically happen with the work group, correct? The
Yeah,
work group
usually-
would meet with Kayla Coleman to kind of finalize. Okay, yeah. So I can at least facilitate the setting up of that. So I'll coordinate the subcommittee group to meet with Kayla and kind of talk about the CIP. But at least for now, just kind of go over it and see if there's any areas where you guys think it makes sense to pursue some public art integration.
okay. And did you say she went on maternity leave?
Yes, she did. She should be coming back. I think quite literally the first week of February.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Great.
so it works out nicely.
Okay, thank you. All right, well, let's, unless there's anything, any other feedback on that document, we can move on to communications. Chris, do you have any updates, any staff updates for us?
Nothing major. I've just begun my research on public art integration. I remember I had in my notes last time that you guys wanted to entertain the idea of uh, proposing changes to Chapter 24 of the City Code. So I've just been doing some research on how exactly that would look like. But once I have more, I'll bring something to to the commission.
Okay, thank you, Chris.
Yeah.
Are there any just commission communications, any events or any fun things coming up that we could put on each other's radars, or, since we are live right now, to the community? Are there any announcements people want to share? John?
Were we going to cover this public art plan that I proposed?
Yeah, I don't see it. Is it under business? Did we skip it accidentally?
I think it's ahead of communications if I'm reading it right.
Yes, it is. I'm pulling it up.
Staff
right now.
report and updates. Oh, ahead. Oh, you're right. My apologies. Okay, so John, take it away. Take it away. Yeah.
I can just introduce it. And I suggested this at the last meeting, that a part of our goals for this coming year might be to create a public art plan. And I know that the language gets a little confusing. It's not the Public Art Commission's plan, but it's a public art plan. It's a vision document. It's like Vision Zero, the document that basically says Ann Arbor wants to have 0 pedestrian fatalities by 2030 or whatever. So there are a number of various activities within the city that has these vision documents. And I was suggesting what you're seeing now scroll by are just examples. So the document that I'm imagining introduces concepts and definitions and strategic processes for public art, and how it can be thoughtfully integrated into the urban design of Ann Arbor. So the first step is educating people that, what is a gateway project, for example, and how can public art be a part of public transportation, and what is a public art park, and are there different kinds, and what do they look like, that sort of thing. So that what I'm imagining, this is a large project. It would entail several years to actually develop, and it's ongoing. The first part is educating people. What are bus shelters? What would they look like if they were public art? Well, what about we're going to have a rail station? What about installations in the rail station? People don't normally think of these kinds of things as public art. And you'll see now public benches. I mean, I love these books as benches that are in Europe, and you can see a lot of the very creative ways of engaging creative design. So the first step is to inform residents, and we're educating staff and elected officials, and probably us. I learned a lot putting this thing together. Playgrounds. I mean, there's no reason why we can't have playground equipment be creative. And why not have a senior playground for exercise stuff? So these ideas we can introduce. We can't have everything. And so we need to educate people of the options and the possibilities and how they benefit a community. And so I've offered some suggestions. So this isn't a document that's, I just put these things together to stimulate, to show you what kind of I imagine. Here's bike racks. There are very different kinds of bike racks, and they engage the space. And this is place making. So and wayfinding as a way of public art. So what I suggested is that we decide whether we would like to start this process. The first step being informing residents. This can be the draft, and we can add to it and change the verbiage and change the pictures and everything, and maybe get an interest from people. So the city would put a survey out online and invite people to engage it. And would you like to see more of this, or have you thought of this? And if you were prioritizing, and we could find some way of gauging public input. And this might be several sort of surveys, but at least we could also then, after the survey is completed, after people have an idea about the options, we could then take the Art Commission kind of on the road for discussions. We could have our meetings in various places around the city to talk about this public art plan and find a shared priority. And again, it's not going to be just one meeting. Here's manhole covers. When we first proposed manhole covers, the people that came up to me and said, "What are you, nuts, John? Manhole covers is art?" And, trying to describe the Japanese, you're just crazy. This is sewers. We don't have art on sewers, and certainly not in the streets. And bike paths, we have now bike paths that, when we first suggested it, I talked with Craig Hoopy, and he said, "No, you can't have anything in the bike paths." And so, well, maybe we could. There's no question that we could if the community wants it. Shade canopies. These are some wonderful examples of just getting shade. And as the planet's warming, this is going to be an important necessity for urban design. And Ann Arbor, I'm sure, is going to develop it in some way and just be creative about it. So that first, we educate people of the options. Second, we have an extensive discussion, and with the idea of creating policy to memorialize the community's priorities. That could entail a map, all kinds of other things that then could be integrated with the city's documents. So that's the idea of a public art plan as a vision document. Major cities all have these. Villages and small communities like Saline may not. I think it might be time for Ann Arbor to think about. We do want a public art park, maybe more than we want furniture. We do want playgrounds and more than we want other things. So that's the idea. This was proposed a few years ago, and there really wasn't an interest in the commission, nor in staff. So, I just let it pass. I thought, well, maybe we'll bring it up again and see if anyone else is interested in it. So,
did you put this document together, John?
Yes.
It's amazing. I love it.
Well, thank you. Yes.
Great.
I mean, I think it's definitely in line with our bylaws as far as like making recommendations and other assets of our bylaws. So if you can get a panel of people together to work on it with you, John, so it's not just you.
Yes, it will not be just me. I want you to know that right now. Somebody else has to go, I like this, and take the lead. I did this 10 years ago. I put this is a good blueprint, but I can't be the only one doing this. So I'm going to take a second seat. And so if anyone wants to step in, leadership is what I'm looking for. I am not interested in leading this. This is a massive project. Actually, this should be led by staff. This should be led by Christopher. I'm not putting it on you, Christopher. This is something that should come from staff with the input of the Art Commission. It shouldn't be the art commission driving this. This is a document, a public art plan that the city administrator and all the staff have to say, we need one, and use these experts on the commission to help us. So,
So how about we do this? I cannot speak on behalf of public service, and I also can't speak on behalf of the city. What I can do is I can at least speak to my supervisors and see if there is an interest and kind of gauge that interest, and then report back to you guys. So just to make sure that I'm understanding at least the vision is to create something kind of like Vision Zero, where it's a plan for how the city of Ann Arbor aims to pursue public art. So maybe if the goal is to increase public art in the city by 2050, then there'll be some metrics and there'll be some kind of plan that the city can reference back. Okay, let's.
There was a preamble to this, and I will send you, and it lays out exactly what you're asking for. So you can use it.
Yeah. Yeah, if you could send that to me, that would be great. Let me do some research and see what I can bring to this commission. Okay.
Great.
Thank you, John. Go ahead, Jenna.
Oh, I was just going to say that I think it's a great idea and I'd be happy to be part of it. I'm not volunteering to lead it. I agree that I think it should come from the city, and that's how I've experienced these types of plans in my professional life too. It's coming from the city perspective. But if we move forward, I'd be happy to be part of the committee that's reviewing. So.
Well, Jenna has experience with this kind of thing. So great. You can help guide Christopher that this is really city planning, you know. I mean, that are you an urban planner, Jenna? That an architect or
landscape architect? Yeah.
Exactly. So this Jenna, you know, makes places out of spaces. So and that's what the city wants to do. That's exactly what the DDA is doing.
Great.
Well, what's happening with Liberty Plaza? I mean, another way to do this is also like pilot something, right? Where we have like, you know, a strategy around where this could occur. Because having a kind of encyclopedia of methods and ideas is great, and I'm not against it, but I certainly think having like a place to suggest something occurs. I mean, the bike path is a good idea for sure. But if you can pilot something, right, and make it happen, then there gets more velocity to it actually occurring.
I mean,
well, that was the argument. That was the argument that most commissioners said, we're not interested in this big plan, John. We want art. So let's get a piece of art and we'll choose it and we'll put it on that street. Well, that's fine. But if you know, you don't build a house without kind of plans. And, you know, that, you know, you might build a shed that way. But if you really want something to be integrated into the city's infrastructure, you've got to get the transportation department, you've got to get all of these departments, first of all, educated to the possibilities. You know, Craig Hoopy, you know, told me had he knew that there were interesting kind of handrails or lights, he would have suggested them for the bridge across State Street on Stadium Boulevard. He just said, I never knew. Well, that's one big gaping hole in it that, you know, that people just don't know the options, the possibilities, and residents don't even know that. You know, the argument was, you know, benches, they're not art. John, what are you nuts? I mean, the same thing with manhole covers. You got to be crazy, John. How are you going to?
Well, I mean, we still have that problem with like crosswalks. We've
exactly
proposed crosswalk art several times. Then fight back against that. But I think that's what we do with our CIP committee is we basically suggest enhancements where there can be enhancements, and this committee could back that work up by showing examples and things that other cities.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. I'm not saying, I just, you know, there's the old adage of you can bring a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. So that's why I was saying, is there like a place where we could show these things in action somehow?
Unfortunately,
Whether
the
it's
action is
through-
going to have to be in other cities because we don't have any funding, so we can't make any projects happen. We can only
Well, I'm
recommend.
surprised about the manhole covers. I mean, that's a pretty well documented strategy, through multiple cities where that's occurring, from New York to Tokyo, as John pointed out.
Yeah, I mean, and
anyway, I think,
do it.
look, being a strong advocate for art is what we're trying to do, for sure. I'm all for all of that. When there are things occurring in the city, there's momentum, right, to do something. And I think trying to advocate where something is happening, as well as doing this in tandem with this, I think is a strong play.
I like the
I just see
idea.
documents go into a file, and then nothing's happening with them. So, to me, it's like, can you put
Join
something
the
out
group,
into the
John.
world?
Join
Okay.
our small group.
This is the second time you've nominated. Sure, John, I'm down.
Exactly.
And
Okay.
here, if I may, I think it will also be useful for this commission to hear from some city staff, such as our transportation manager, so that you guys can get an idea of what our engineering group looks at. We don't want to discourage you, and we don't want to make it seem like we're just saying no, no, no. But our engineering team and our transportation team have limitations to it. So I know, like, for example, Allison mentioned the crosswalks a lot. The direction I was given, or the information I was received, is that due to state regulations and how a crosswalks needs to be illuminated with reflective lighting, it becomes a safety issue. So a lot of I think the difficulty in the next phase of this would be kind of trying to maneuver those two, right? Feasibility with the want for public art, for example, the streetlight idea. To my knowledge, the city only entertains the implementation of streetlights when they're tied to a safety concern. So it's not. So it's, again, a lot of it is just kind of changing some of the way we think about stuff, but I think this commission would benefit a lot by having some of those conversations with some of our more technical staff, so that we understand the parameters and the guardrails that where we can work, and kind of use that to facilitate more public art integration.
Yeah, we've talked to them a few times about the crosswalks, and I'm happy to have another conversation with them. And if it's a Michigan thing, maybe that's the case, but you see them across the nation of crosswalk art. So it's feasible, maybe not in Michigan, which would surprise me.
Detroit has it. There's a big picture of Detroit intersection. So Detroit's doing it. It's not Michigan, it's Ann Arbor.
So yeah, maybe it's just a conversation around what they need to maintain and what we can actually make achievable. But totally open to that conversation.
Mhm.
There's a lot of supporting data that actually art increases safety when it comes to crosswalks.
I know.
There's data, but
There's a whole Bloomberg study. There's a whole New York study on crosswalks. Yeah, on ground.
We had this conversation last year. Let's have it again now.
I do think this, though, it would be a really good idea for us to meet with city staff and have this discussion again.
Yeah.
So how about I try to invite our transportation manager to kind of speak, because at least a lot of the recommendations that were brought up were kind of transportation in nature. When we think of, for example, street lighting, that's transportation. When we think of bike lanes, when we think of perhaps a potential partnership with the ride to see if the ride would entertain public art and bus stops, right? I know that other municipalities kind of have some form of art, as John pointed out. So there is avenues, but it's just trying to see what's feasible and what can kind of withstand the test of time, right? I think maintenance is probably what city staff are looking for, making sure that it's something that we can maintain and it's not something that, yeah. But
If we add fountains to your book, John, I'll do it. We need a whole fountain page, and then I'm down.
I agree.
Totally agree.
Well, thank you for your input on that. Sounds like we have some action items going forward, John. Thank you for
Good.
sharing that document and preparing that. Are there any other member communications? Anything from the commission? Yes, Allison?
I will share that we are doing an artist conference for the first time. The Guild's putting on an artist conference in April 21st through the 23rd. Primarily, the events will happen on the 22nd. We'll have sessions and educational sessions, but there will be networking opportunities on the 21st and a mock jury on the 23rd. So check out our social media for more updates about that. But that's a new offering for artists locally that we're pretty excited about.
Cool. I did want to say the fire station project is in the final stages of selecting someone. So that's going to be really exciting to see that finished project. And that's from CIP. Started with CIP. So that's a great example.
Sarah, are you or someone from the fire department going to present to us about that once it's selected?
Yeah, I think maybe Hannah
Okay.
at the art center. She spearheaded the entire project and organized everything. I know the Chief Kennedy was really excited about the project too, so I can reach out and see if someone would be interested in doing that, because I know we'll have our final candidate soon, or
Awesome.
selection soon. Yeah.
That would be great to circle back and hear about that again. I'd be really interested.
Yes, and then the other project is the Elevating History mural project that the DDA is putting forward. I am representing our group on that panel. There were 26, I think there were over 250 applicants from across the nation. They whittled it down to 26, and it is probably one of the most challenging jury assignments I've ever had. There is just absolutely astounding work that I'm looking at. And to think that some of these muralists could come here to Ann Arbor and grace us with their incredible, just blows my mind. Not to mention at least 6 Detroit artists have made it into that final selection, and just really blowing my mind. So those submissions or my top 6 and the rest of the committee I'm working with are due tomorrow. So I guess we'll be getting updates on that in the coming months as well. So that's very exciting. That's slated to begin. The execution of the murals, I believe, is in 2027, if I understand correctly, but getting that process going. 3 large locations, including City Hall, would get one of these murals. The back of the fire station, downtown, and the parking garage, the Maynard parking garage. Those are the 3 locations. Any other updates from the commission members? Anything else happening that we should be aware of in the coming months? Okay, the next order of business is reports from working groups. I feel like a lot of working group reports were kind of woven into tonight's meeting. I'm not going to go group by group, but is there anything that anybody would like to add to the conversation that we didn't already discuss this evening? I know the CIP, Allison sent out an email. We're going to be scheduling a meeting. We're going to be reviewing the CIP. And we'll be working on our annual plan. Fundraising work group, we are going to re-engage the Ann Arbor Community Foundation to kind of find out where this fund, the money that we're able to draw from, how we can actually extract that money from the Community Foundation, get it into a bank account at the city, and then really begin planning that mini grant process. Any other updates from working groups that we haven't heard yet tonight? Any new agenda items for next month before we adjourn that folks can think of? We'll be working on the plan. We'll be wrapping up the CIP recommendations. We've got the Golden Paintbrush Awards moving forward to City Council. Anything I'm missing that we need to be kind of continually working on? Okay. You guys want to hang out longer or you want to adjourn?
Adjourn.
Is there a motion to adjourn?
Adjourn. I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in
Okay.
favor?
Hi.
Hi.
Anybody that wants to just hang out on Zoom? Okay. Thank you all for coming tonight. Really enjoying having Jenna and John, new members on our commission. Thank you guys so much. We are scheduled to have our next meeting. I think it's February 4th, Wednesday, February 4th. And anything pops up between now and then.
Congratulations to our new chair and vice chair.
Woo!
We need
Party!
emojis.
Yay.
I want to send like a celebration emoji.
Yes, yes.
No, this is boring Zoom. There's no emojis.
Small, you just make an announcement on, the Insta.
There it is. There it is.
Wow, the flashing raising hand, John. Wow.
Wow. Wow. Well, I appreciate you all.
You gotta
Thank you
innovate.
for coming, Cynthia. Good to see you.
Good to see you all.
Yeah, good to
Happy
be
New
with you
Year.
all. Thank you, Chris, for your hard work, and Jamal for all, and Peggy, all you did on the paintbrush award. Good. We are adjourned. Have a nice
Bye.
evening, everyone.
Thanks,
Bye.
everyone. Bye.
Good night, everyone.